Hello everyone, my name is SiC. Welcome back to Humankind, episode number 8. Today we are going to declare war on Harrapa over here. Now, I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea because we have some territories over here and I haven't actually really scouted them yet. So I don't really know if they have big armies over here, but I'm assuming not. This looks like it's just an outpost. Doesn't specifically show. But I don't see a city there, so I'm assuming it's an outpost. These guys here do have a city, however. However, it's only one population, and again, I haven't seen any movement on our border here, so I think we'll be okay. We do have a notification over here, and I don't know exactly why that is. But we're not going to interact with them too much for this moment, because we need to end our turn. And then we have a few things we need to deal with. For example, over here needs to have a new construction assigned to it. Furnace steel, meanwhile, has been researched. So with that, we get access to the high furnace, +1 industry on maker's quarter per adjacent maker's quarter, +1 industry on maker's quarter. So that's if we build the high furnace. The armory, +25 experience on creating units per iron, I guess. And a +1 veterancy level for militia units. So that's nice. We got some notifications here. Forgiveness. A grievance has been forgiven. Which one? I guess they had a grievance as well, but they forgave us for it. For whatever reason. But it's not going to help them much, because we still want to wage war. Meanwhile, we get another era star. So we are 2 era stars away from leveling up to the next tier, which I'm looking forward to. Meanwhile, research, we could do military architecture so we can get access to the trebuchet. That seems like a smart idea considering we want to take a city. Then over here, what do we want to do with you? We could maybe build a garrison, build it on the corner here. And that is going to help in case we need to fall back. We cannot buy it out, however, by next turn we should be able to do that. So maybe actually we want to wait one more turn. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. That seems like a pretty good idea, actually. What is everyone else doing? So we get the Great Fish Market over here. We are still making a garrison in Kis. We are getting a barracks in Babylon. And we're getting a barracks in Nibur. Alright. Good. So we get more population. Babylon, Sippar, and Vasukani. And attitude has changed with Empire 5. Now you...
Oh.
That's something to say to us. Open borders with the Persians. Yes. We'll accept that one. Why not? Seems fine. And now we have a lot of cities who need some production. Starting with Babylon. So we could do a Grand Mosque. And... let's see, +5 faith over here. Seems like an okay idea. Doesn't seem to cost anything, because this food, I guess, is coming from the river, so it doesn't take away from anything for some reason, but we'll build that there. We need some faith. I want to spread our faith throughout the land. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see, a hamlet. Another hamlet could be a nice idea. +7, +8 over here. But... might not be worth it. We could go for another production. Look at that, +10 over there. Let's go for that one. And we'll have an idle city here in Kis. We could do with a mosque. I don't know if we built a mosque. This is a land unit spawn. This was the Grand Mosque, I think. Yes, it was. So maybe we'll build something else. We could go with another maker's quarter over here. Why not? Increase our production everywhere. Nibur, what do we want to do here? So we have, ooh, look at that, 63 terrain, science, 119 science on this terrain. Interesting, I wonder why. Religion, +119 science, +10 influence, wow. That is crazy if that is true. We could also build a hamlet. Look at that, +20 food. How are we doing on food? We have an abundance. That's not really necessary. A commons quarter. I don't know if we need this. Well, yeah, because we are destabilizing here. So we could actually go ahead and do that. Gives plus 10. Why not? Let's go ahead and stabilize that city. That seems important. Then we have Damask, which also needs something. And again, we are lacking some stability. So we could perhaps go for the public fountain. Now we could buy that out, but we are going to instead buy out the garrison here, so that we have a defensive area that we can fall back to during our war. Meanwhile, what else do we want to do? We could go for stone walls. Why not? How many people do we have in this city? 9. Alright, yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now, I guess. And let's see, these guys have thinned out quite a bit. Now we have this army back here, which we don't know how much it has. But I think it's about time to declare war. We've prepared everything. Now, what is the difference here? Attacking by surprise is a great way to outfight your opponent. Any semblance of restraint has disappeared. The two empires can now freely engage each other regardless of where their armies are situated. All trade routes agreements are declared null and void. Neither empire respects the other's borders, and ambassadors are expelled, so no information is shared. Yeah, so that seems normal. And then this one. Resolve this argument by force. Crush the other empire's war desire until they abandon their demands and accept yours. So, I don't know what the difference is between this. It's not really stated very well, but we're just going to declare a regular war.
We will settle this on the battlefield then!
I would not put myself in this position if I feared the consequences.
Alright. So we should be at war with the Celts now. Look at that. We lost some line of sight. Ooh. Wait, what? How did that happen? Why did they just get a free move, I wonder. Alright, let's declare war here. They are retreating. And it just cost them all of their movement, but we can still move here. And can we... Wait, what? Ah, they got auto-included in that combat, did they? I think they did. Now we could upgrade this, to Great Swordsman. That would be super cool. Do we have that same option here? Yes, indeed we do. Unfortunately, it seems like these guys got auto-included and now they cannot move this turn. So let us end the turn then, I guess. We got some population. Military architecture has been researched. Good, good, good. Now these guys are moving into our lands and that is not great. I wonder why they're not consolidating into one army. At the very least though, they're sticking together, which is good, I guess, or smart for the AI to do. Anyway, one army is going to follow them. The other army is going to go ahead and attack. And these guys are retreating. Now again, I didn't even get the chance to click on anything there, which is weird. At this point though, I have money to spend, or, well, cannot be done without enough strategic resources. We need 2 iron. We have 1 iron. Right, so we could probably trade for it if they have iron, which they don't seem to do. These guys, they have lead, no strategics. This empire is eliminated. You may not interact with it anymore. Interesting. And these guys, well, we are at war, so we're not going to be trading anything with them anymore. Oh, I wonder, did they just Yeah, so these guys were eliminated. I don't know about anybody else though, so I'm curious if they actually were spreading throughout the map, eliminating things as they went. Would be very worrying if that's true. Anyway, I think it's about time we started training some more military units here. We can start off with crossbowmen. And then we have a merchant from afar. Bang, bang, bang. A rabble of traders varying strange wares are knocking on Damask's gates, demanding an audience. They tell you they hail from a far land, having traveled many leagues along one of your fabled trade routes. They claim to offer merchandise that will be profitable, but they also look rather haggard and exhausted. Do you agree to let them in? Dismiss. Foreigners carrying strange wares, ideas, and perhaps worse are not welcome, which moves the geopolitical axis towards homeland or a world we can consent, with the chance of unexpected consequences. Now, I want to be on the world side of things. We should welcome traders from far climes. The chance of profits is worth the risk of foulness. So let's confirm, and let's see where that takes us. Meanwhile, trade insurance, forests, commodity market, saboteur. Relays details of enemy movements, but can also cause mayhem in enemy lands by sacking unguarded sites. Interesting. This is the quickest thing to research. Everything else takes quite a bit more time. Movable typeface. Printing house, university. +1 science per population. +2 science per researchers. That would be quite nice. Chartered companies. +2 money and outposts. Well, let's go with guilds first. That seems like an okay idea. We get a population in Nimbur and Kis. And we get an arrow star. So we are 1 star away from moving up to the next tier. Now, what do we need? We need 2 more science to get another star. We could save up a ton more money, which we're not going to do. A few more population. Builder stars, a lot more districts, which we will probably not make. Estate stars, we could do that, and maybe the expansion stars, but that one really isn't worth a lot of fame, and we need to work on our fame production as well. Alright, so these guys, I wonder where they're going. Let's end the turn here. Sipar and Damask get more population. World Deed is locked. Ooh, and here we're getting a bigger army moving in. Alright, so we have a ton of single units moving around. It seems to me that these guys are off to reinforce their border territories here. I think. Now we could go ahead and attack these guys, and I think we're going to go ahead and do that. These guys are running away. And now we cannot move anymore, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure how I feel about that, really. Let's gonna be done without. Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that. We need we need iron, which we're not going to get. Now we could move over here and attack. But let's first of all let's move up a bit. Ooh, that is not great. So now they've got 8 units. It's weird though that these guys can move at the same time as us. I don't know why that is. And now it seems we are confirmation. Open the battle mode. Ah, both sides are evenly matched. Auto resolve battles are off. So let's confirm this battle. We got victory. Why can I not see the battles? That is weird. Anyway, finally though, we won. They lost 8 units, we lost 2. 53% health. That is nice though. It's really helping us out. And now we got veterancy. Within your army, at least one of your units is considered a veteran, indicated by the star on its illustration. There are 3 levels of veterancy, and each level adds a combat strength bonus to the unit. The veterancy level of a unit is increased by defeating other units. When upgrading a unit, the veterancy level is retained. Alright, note that veteran units can be renamed in the unit panel. Cool. So we still have 2 movement left. We could go ahead and attack Harrapa, and I guess that's exactly what we will do, because the odds seem in our favor. Now, the siege begins. During a siege, no defender's army can move in or out of the city. As the attacker, you can choose between maintaining the siege, launching an attack, or retreating. The latter leading to the destruction of any of your siege weapons. Note that the resolution of the siege will also depend on your opponent's tactics. Use the Maintain Siege button to learn more about this option. Maintain, assault, or abandon. So let's see the trebuchet. Oh, we can make trebuchets now. So these are not things that we build in our cities and then attach to our armies, it seems like. Seems these things are made on the spot. That is kind of cool. +1 in 2 turns. Now they have levies. bunch of levies. Now we are quite strong, but I want to see this thing in action. So we are going to maintain. Prepare your assault, yes. Maintain siege. Maintaining a siege can be very useful. Every turn that the siege continues, the defender's militia, the army automatically generated to defend the city, becomes weaker and loses units. While undertaking a siege, you can also construct siege weapons. These weapons are unlocked through the organized warfare technology and can be improved by other later technologies. Let's wait until the siege weapon is complete before attacking. Siege weapon units will either be added directly to the besieging army or to the reserves if it's full. Awesome. Alright. So we are going to continue there. Meanwhile, in Sipar, I guess we are going to construct some units. We have a ton of people here. And stability is going down quite significantly, actually. Maybe we want to have an apothecary. +1 stability per researcher. So we have a lot of researchers. That would help. We cannot buy it out. Maybe at this point, buying it out with population would be an interesting idea, because +15 stability from unknown. From follower after reformation, -50 stability. Curious. From follower after reformation. So what is happening here? Religion is spreading in the wrong ways, or what? So it's dominated, but it seems weird. It doesn't seem like it's dominated because it's mostly green. The empire it belongs to believes in atheism, but its belief is only 0% display. Yeah, weird. Current religion, Babylonian shamanism. Mycenaeans, yeah, so the influence is higher of their own faith. So that's probably why. That is not great. Anyway, let us make another unit. We need some more troops. So maybe, the Hadas would be cool. It's quite quick to make. And we will have a crossbowman over there, and these guys don't seem like they moved. Interesting. Anyway, let's end the turn here. And let's see, guilds are researched. And these guys are continuing to move. So maybe these guys are just going to run away. They're not going to fight, I think. So maybe we'll move our army back a bit more. And then we have an idle city in Nibur. So maybe we can do something. Ooh, build a forest. The planting of thousands of tree saplings will transform the area into a thriving forest. Cost 500 production. Now I wonder why we might want to do that. There might be a good reason for it, but I don't know what it is. Meanwhile, we could also build another garrison, actually. This is kind of interesting, because if we build a garrison here, we would have another defensible area to cut off this whole approach to our lands. We might actually want to do that. That seems like an interesting and good choice. Now we got a lot of population in Babylon, Kis, Ur, and Vasukani, so people are growing really fast. It's kind of crazy. Let's have a look at the technology screen. Centralized power, what do we get from that? Taxation office, halberdiers and draftees. Gunpowder warfare, saltpeter and arquebusiers. Ooh, that seems quite strong. Supply lines, administrator. Thoroughfares, automatically creates roads between outposts of your empire. And grain silos. Yeah, why not? Let's do supply lines, and before we get that, we need to do centralized power. Alright. Yep, why not? Let's go for it. Now, do we have any civic points? Actually, yes, we do. Interesting. So we have some things to choose, I guess. Civic points available. And these are all locked, I guess. We cannot enact any of these because we picked one of them, I guess. Land rights. Alright, so let's do one of these. Modify, create outpost cost by minus 20% or inherited land. Communal land or inherited land. Now we are, what is this? Which axis is this? Not really sure. Family trees will best cultivate the soils over generations. So this would give us plus 10% industry and plus 10% money. Plus 15% industry and plus 5% money. I think we're going to go ahead and do communal land here. I'm less worried about the money and more about the production. So that is something we want to do and keep an eye on. Now, how are we going here? We have no siege units yet, so we're going to end the turn and then we will have one. More population in Sipar and Nimbur, alright. We have 2 idle cities. Babylon is going to make some troops. We'll make a crossbowman. We have an idle army over here. Yeah, so these guys, I think, are moving over to defend their cities. Or at the very least, they're spreading out quite a bit. Look at that. Oh, these guys are moving over here, actually. They're a bit stronger than we are. We are a bit stronger than they are, but I think we're just going to stay here for a bit, and then we are going to make something else. Seems stability is improving again. We could do a public fountain and pay for that one, so we have some more stability, so that's not going to be the problem here. Let's do pikeman next, so we'll have a bit of a bigger army. And at this point, though, we should have a siege unit. Right, maintain the siege. You've built a siege weapon. City walls make it harder for an attacker's armies to get inside the city, since they need to use all of their movement points to move onto a fortified tile. Additionally, being behind city walls gives a significant combat strength bonus to any affected unit. However, siege weapons, at least some of them, cannot directly attack units. You are now ready to launch the assault. Use the launch attack button. Awesome. Siege weapons can target and destroy city walls. City walls make it harder for an attacker's armies to get inside the city, since they need to use all the movement points to... Right, we already saw that one. But let's go ahead and assault. So the assault is launched. We are now in the siege battle mode. The siege weapons you've constructed are now available, unless you didn't construct any or they are in your reserve forces. As a besieger, you are considered the attacker. To win, capture the flag, blinking tile, or destroy all the opponent's units. Note it will take a full battle round for an attacker unit to enter a fortified tile, unless a siege weapon destroys it first. Alright, confirm the battle. And again, we don't see the battle. That is really weird. But for that we get an era star. We got 4% losses, so that was a resounding victory. That is amazing. Harrapa is now ours, and we have something going on here. Let's see, a culture's heritage. The capture of the great city of Harrapa was a proud day for your empire. Marching through its gates, however, it was clear the defeated citizens were equally proud of their own colorful culture. What do you make of their customs and rites? Cultural blessings. Now, we don't have the civic points, but we could make a choice based on this later on. Alright, that seems cool. Cultural blessing. I think we're going to keep the original culture, because I'm a traveler, I like that, even though I'm taking over these people. Anyway, we can enter a new era, and we got some choices here. Now, we could transcend as the Umayyads. We get the plus 10 science per number of territories in all cities, the Grand Mosque and the Haras. We could now also go for the Dutch, and some of you know I'm Dutch, so this seems like a cool option, but of course they're going to be very financially oriented. Let's have a look. For the intrepid, the world is an endless festival of commerce. Stock wisdom, plus 2 money per traders in all cities. VOC warehouse, +5 money per naval trade routes, +5 money per adjacent harbor. Ooh, and the Fluit, which is a unique ship. Hailing from the Dutch shipyards, the Fluit is a dedicated shipping vessel, eschewing armaments for increased cargo space. Conveyor, increased movement speed when starting at stern in an allied territory. Interesting. Now we also have another unit, or unit culture, I mean, here. Houde now Saune. Let the roots of peace spread to all points of the compass. Land of plenty, +2 food per farmers. The Three Sisters plantation, +1 food per farmers, +2 food per adjacent farmer's quarter. And the Rotisken Rakete. Oh, they look cool. A gunner, a ranged combat unit. Stealth cannot be seen except by adjacent units. Ooh, that seems very strong, because they have a range of 4. Oh, that's kind of cool. And tons of food. The Joseon, as in the celestial realm, so in the earthly one. Very science-based. +4 science on lake, +4 science on coastal water. Seowon, +3 science per adjacent exploitation. And the Geoboxion is a ship with a dragon head mounted on the bow and a deck covered with spikes. These turtle ships strike fear into the enemy. Ramming, increased movement speed in battle and has bonus combat strength against adjacent targets. Interesting. We have the Ming Dynasty. If your words are worthless, hold your tongue. +25% civic points net. So I guess we get more of that quicker. +5 influence on the Grand Tea House, +2 influence per adjacent commons quarter. And the rocket cart. Oh, it's also super cool. But it requires resources we do not have. The Mughals. Pay your stonemasons well, for their work offers immortality. Imperial Magnificence. +5% industry per number of culturally controlled territories on capital. Ooh, that seems pretty strong. Jama Masjid. +2 industry per workers, +1 influence per adjacent religious district, and the Gajnal. Ooh, a war elephant with artillery mounted on the back of the elephant. The Gajnal is a swift, terrifying addition to Mughal forces. Yeah, I would say so. And what is their unique thing? Move and fire. The Ottomans. All great cities are a living testament to an empire's glories. The Sultan's Realm, modify attached outpost cost by -15%. Alright. Sultan Kami, so more faith. And the Janissaries. Famous for the strict discipline and order, the Janissaries are elite strike infantry, utterly loyal to the Sultan. Siege Mastery, bonus combat strength when participating in an assault or sortie. Oh, that's cool, if you want to take over a lot of places. We have the Spanish, every kingdom divided against itself shall be rendered desolate. Honor and Glory, +3 combat strength when units starting their turn in a non-allied territory. Cathedral Gothica, +5 and +5 faith, +1 faith per adjacent religious district. In the Conquistadores. El Dorado, generates additional money from winning battles and ransacking. And finally, oh, not finally, it seems we are the first people to reach this culture. That is very nice. The Edo Japanese. Patience means restraining one's inclinations. Shogun's authority, +3 influence on districts. Terra on districts. Interesting. +2 faith for the Terra. A shrine complex of pagodas, storehouses, living quarters, and koi ponds. The temple promotes peace of mind. -5 stability on city or outpost. And the Naginata Samurai, look at that. Honor card prevents its army from retreating. That doesn't seem very good. Phoenicians, I will buy and sell with you and drink with you too. +1 influence per number of trade routes. +4 influence on the Bottega di Artisti, a district of artisans' workshops. +1 influence per adjacent market quarter. And the Gallias. Alright, so... Oh, the Poles. Actually, we were not the first. Someone else took the Poles. When surrounded by wolves, swords must be drawn. +20 fortification, but -5 stability on city or outpost for the Barbican. City walls. Offers protection for the surrounding quarters of the city. Interesting. Oh, and they get the winged hussars. Those are also really cool. Anyway, I think these guys look pretty cool, and they don't have a requirement for any materials, so that is quite nice. The rocket cart actually also doesn't, but then that's a lot of influence. I don't know if you want that. The Ottomans, Janissaries. I like the Haudenosaunee, I think, so we're going to adopt them, and we'll see later if that was a good choice or not. But the +2 food and stuff like that will be useful, I think. Let's have a look.
Geography, cartography, algebra, optics, astronomy. It's a time of discovery and exploration. But discoveries are not made solely by traders and adventurers. Those who explore with ships and caravans would go in circles without those who explore with pens and parchment.
Alright, so now we can see the walls are changing, the houses are changing. That is pretty cool. For the first time the houses look a bit different from what we've seen before. So that is nice. And the walls as well, by the way, the walls changed quite a bit. A new era. As the Haudenosaunee culture, you've reached the early modern era. I think this is also the last possible one. Let's see, the agrarian stars are now the top. Have 172 population and units within your empire. Current value 126. That's 150 fame if we manage to do it. Yeah, and this is the last era, the early modern era. So we cannot advance anymore. The game ends in 33 turns. We're getting close. Osmosis event. Your civilization benefits from its proximity to others. Interesting. This one, I guess. Harrapa. Civics backlash. When a territory is under the influence of another empire, a civics backlash can occur. The population asks their leader to adapt to this foreign influence and to take a similar stance on a given civic. Use that button to display the affected civic. Small council. Revoke or refuse. +1 administrator count modifies the order access towards liberty. Small council. We could revoke it. Or refuse it. We could define it at a stability cost, but I don't know for how long that would last. They're quite low. Go to the civic screen. Small council. +1 administrator count or +1 administrator count. The change seems pretty minimal. Negligible even. So I would say I will revoke that one. Now let's have a look. What is this? Show unclaimed wonders. Oh, that's another thing. The Machu Picchu. Every time we get new ones, I guess. The Topkapi Palace. Machu Picchu. Redistribute 50% of the food from the city to all cities. +20 stability. The Taj Mahal. +20 stability. +50% money. Unreliable city. Topkapi Palace. I'm just looking at the things that are available to us right now. +20 stability. Shared projects. 100% production towards any shared project. Ooh, that could be cool for the future. Angkor Wat is claimed. A lot of these are claimed. Let's do this one, I guess. Let's claim it. And there we go. And we are at -1 administrators. By the way, did we get a civics point back? No. So that was the downside to revoking that as well. Interesting. Alright, what is going on here? Will you accept this offer?
Very carefully.
Reveal capital.
I have a proposal.
Right. Accept it. That is absolutely fine. And now we have some idle armies that need to make a movement. So I would say we will move this army up ahead. And we will try to deal with these people. Ooh, look at that. All the walls are coming up. These guys are boxed in. They're falling back. Smart choice. Now we have nobody left here, and these guys got movement points again, so maybe we will go ahead and try to deal with these guys. There's no armies left back here. They're also retreating. Now at some point, I would assume they have to stop doing that. Now, as for Harappa, administered, occupied by you, built infrastructure, so we cannot do anything here, it seems. Interesting. Propose a white peace. Suggests that both sides walk back their demands and end the conflict without either being declared the victor. No, no, no. We only have 33 turns left, and they actually became English. Interesting. Alright, so we got some idle cities. Wait, what's going on here? Everything changed. Constructions. Ah, I see. Alright, we had a different tab open. We have one shared thing. I don't know why that icon is not showing up. That might be a bug. And I would say it is. Seems very likely. What else can we do? We need, yeah, stability is going back up again, so that seemed like a temporary thing. So we're going to not worry about that for a bit. Let's see, what else could we do? +2 influence. +10% science. Yes, please. We're doing that one. Shared projects. We also need fame. We need turns. What else is there? Kiss. How many turns? 48. And the mask. Well, he's definitely not going to be able to do it. Maker's Quarter. +12. Let's go ahead and make that. Maybe buy it out on the next turn. In we could also do something like that. Maker's Quarter here, down there, but that might not be the best of plans here. A hamlet could be cool. +6, +9. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and make that one. And then we have Kiss, which could make the Topkapi Palace in 48 turns, but we can help out with different cities. I mean, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Cities. Let's make it over there. Why not? Now let's end this turn. Acknowledge our population gain, and then I guess on this turn it's about time we start looking at the option of dealing with some of these guys. Now we could try to attack some of these cities. These guys don't have a wall actually. And we don't have peace with these guys. Let's assault. Confirm the battle. Victory. So we now own Mohenjo-Daro. Nice. So can we actually, yeah, we cannot build in this one. We can build in these other ones. Alright. These guys, what do we want to do here? We are going to follow this army up north because they are consolidating. That seems like bad news for us. Got some warriors over here, but we are outnumbered, so we're not going to deal with that. These guys can move again. Look at that, that is a lot of power. We might want to split up this army. Make it a bit more of an interesting target, so we will split up this group as well. These guys are going to continue, but they're still going to be overwhelming. These guys are retreating. And then these guys, I guess, could move over here. But they don't have the movement left. Interesting. And these guys can move down. And then they will become sentries. And then here, I guess we will become, or we will help out with the World Wonder. Because we need that extra, bit of extra production power. Now we have Richard Wasukani over here. He could also help out, and that might turn it even, or down even more. 21, yep. Good. A merchant from afar. Disaster. Damascus beset with a violent pox, probably brought into the city by the caravan of traders recently granted entry. The gods must be angry. Diseased on the Damascus for 10 turns. Minus 15 food. Suffer. Disease runs rampant through the city, causing untold misery. Oh, that is not good. But we still have plentiful food, so that is okay. And then the wages of war. The ongoing war is a draining experience for the Empire. Your many armies fighting across the land, costing you capital, resources, and of course blood. The question of funding these endeavors should be addressed. Yeah, but later. Because we don't have the civics points to deal with that. Alright, let's end this turn, and that is the last turn we will have actually, before ending this video. Vasukani and Damask have some more population. A world beat has been locked, and there's an osmosis event. Wait, what was that? I clicked on something, nothing seemed to happen there. Ah, but we do get some interesting options here. Now, could we also connect these cities up? So we can assign or absorb, but it needs a lot of influence, clearly. And we have outposts that we could attach, but that is not happening. Alright, so these guys have taken a city, and I guess at this point they can move up. It seems we have open borders with these guys, because they don't seem to object. Now then, let's have a look. We are going to keep pushing up over here. And maybe in this way we can trap them in the walls. They might not be able to retreat. Or maybe they can. Actually, they could. Let's see, you have reserves, which means that units are still undeployed. Reserves are automatically created if all the tiles on your side of the battlefield are already taken, or if an army joins the battle after the confirmation phase. If an enemy unit holds the reserves tile, then you'll not be able to deploy your reserves. Currently though, the tile is free. Below the reserves pin you can see the ghost of unit you can deploy. Before moving it, let's open the reserves panel. Ah, there we go, the Haras in here. You can see all of the undeployed units inside their associated armies. Now select the reserves army with that. Alright, a unit with this army will be automatically selected, then select a free tile with the right click. Well, this is included in the battle terrain, I don't know why. Or where I need to move him or her. There, I guess. Oh, we'll see. Let's confirm this battle. We have a victory. We don't even need to look at what's happened there. We can just click that away. That is some enemy units disappear. These guys can be dealt with. So on the next turn, these armies are marching north. And then these guys are going to move over here. And they are running away. It's unfortunate we cannot chase them down. We have one idle army remaining. Keep together. Yeah, we're going to follow this river up. It's a quicker route. And then finally, yeah, we're going to have Sipar over here help out with the construction of the World Wonder. That is now 13 turns. And then Nibur, what do we want you to do? There's nothing really powerful that he can do anymore, I think. +9 science. But in 31 turns, that might not help us out a lot. A Hamlet could be good, because that might actually increase our population, and we need the agrarian stars to make fame. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that one. And we have this other army moving up as well. Now, that is it for this turn. So, probably next episode will be the last one, because we only have 31 turns left to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys for whatever video I do next, which will probably be a Humankind video, because we are so close and we are also running out of time in which we can actually still play the open dev build.